how to smell like a billionaire without breaking the bank. Some fragrances are really expensive, they could be hundreds of dollars. If you don't want to spend that much but you still want to smell high class, I have a small list of fragrances that will pretty much do just that. And as always, all the fragrances that I mentioned will be available in the Amazon associate links down in the description below. I'm going to start with one that I just think is great all around. This is Dior Original. I'm not sure if it's discontinued or if it's just really hard to find. The original specifically is hard to find. But pretty much I would say a good kind of alternative to this is the Eau de Toilette for Dior or the Eau for Men, but that's also kind of hard to find. But in general, this Dior is delicious. It smells luxurious. It has an iris note in it. It's fresh. It's clean. It's kind of smooth and soft, you know? It's not one of those really aggressive alpha male fragrances. It's more just like solid, put together, controlled, and it's just nice to smell. It's an attractive, friendly scent. And in general, this is going to last a long time on your skin. I've tested it out, I find it lasts like 7 hours, maybe even 8. So pretty good, especially for this lighter type of fragrance. Most of these fragrances actually are going to be under $100. I think this is around 90-ish, maybe even less, but this is a really good deal for what you get. You know, the size of the bottle, the strength of the fragrance itself. It's going to last a while, and it just has that nice aura to it, I guess, that it just has some confidence to it. It has sophistication. It's from Dior, so obviously it's going to have that luxuriousness kind of built into it. But Dior, specifically the original, this is one of my favorite men's clones. It's just really attractive, not too crazy, smooth, you know, all that. So definitely a good option, especially if you're looking for something a little bit on the lighter side, but still last a long time. Now, maybe you want something a little bit heavier and also easier to find. Then, another one from Dior is the Dior Al Intense. This is also a really nice one if you're looking for something with more heft, more on the seductive side of things. This is great because it also has the same iris note that the Dior Homme Original has, but the iris note is mixed with some heavier notes. Mainly there's some musk mallow, there's some wood notes, things like that. It's really nice. It has a little bit even of a kind of a spiciness to it, even though there's not really, you know, spices in it, but it does have that tang to it. And it has really good longevity, about 8 to 9 hours, so definitely good for the evening if you're going out for the evening, to dinner or whatever. But you could, if it's cold outside still, you could wear this during the daytime as well. It's pretty versatile. You know, and even though it is heavier than the traditional Dior Hommes, it's, I don't know, it just has a certain air to it that makes it really unique, and it stands out. I think the iris note really makes it stand out from a lot of the other men's clones that are trying to, you know, take this same approach of being heavier and more masculine and that sort of thing. But in general, very nice fragrance. I love this one. Very attractive. But maybe you want something other than this. You want to try something maybe with a little bit more light casualness. Then I would say Polo Red from Ralph Lauren. This is nice for casual daytime outings. You don't want to put too much thought, waste too much time thinking about your fragrance. You just want to put something on and be done with it. This will help you because it's kind of designed to be as likable as possible. It has some cranberry notes, some grapefruit notes, some saffron, some amber. So it's a little bit has some fruit notes with, you know, the cranberry, but it also has those warmer notes. So, you know, counteracting a little bit of sweetness with a little bit of spiciness and the resins of the amber. Overall, it's a really nice fragrance for men, and Longevity, moderate, I would say about 6 hours. It should last most of the day, so you don't have to reapply it, you know, after a few hours. But again, definitely a nice casual option for the daytime. You can definitely wear this all year round because it's warm enough but also cool enough to take on all the seasons. And you could probably also wear this into the evening. It does have enough warmth for that, although I wouldn't necessarily classify it as an evening fragrance. It leans more towards daytime, but again, it's versatile enough to do both. If you don't like Polo Red, you don't want to do Ralph Lauren, then you could try kind of this little bit more niche option. Not exactly niche, but Narciso Rodriguez Bleu Noir for him. I really, really like this one. Has some very unique notes, has some cardamom, you know, warm and spicy notes mixed with some unique wood notes like ebony wood and things like that. Overall, this is it's more of a dark type of fragrance, dark and heavy, kind of smoldering, kind of mysterious. I really like the smell of it. I think it's definitely more of an evening fragrance, this one. It just has that kind of dark heft to it that, you know, kind of warrants a more evening environment. But this is definitely, it smells luxurious. It smells luxurious. I think this is the most affordable option on the list. I think it's about $60, so 60 instead of 90. And it's, I don't know, it just kind of has a very unique smell to it, probably because it has such unique notes, again, with the ebony wood and the cardamom mixed in, and then there's some other heavy notes in there as well. But this is a very nice option if you're looking for something woodsy and musky and spicy. The last one, which I actually do not have, but it is a classic and it does smell quite good, which is Aramis. Aramis is a 1966 men's cologne. I mean, some people don't wear it anymore just because it's old. I disagree. It's still a really good fragrance. It's very aromatic, very fresh. It has, you know, a whole bunch of herbs, thyme, cloves, some aldehydes, and then it also has some heavier notes like some leather, some myrrh, things like that. So it's mixing these fresh herbal notes with the heavier, you know, leather and things like that. Very masculine, very classic. If you smelled Aramis, I mean, I think most people who have smelled Aramis probably like it, unless you've smelled it so many times that you're sick of it. But it's a pretty inoffensive fragrance, and it was kind of designed back in the 60s to be a very masculine, very, you know, put together men's cologne. But and it is very cheap. I think it's about $30, so and more of a bonus. But that is pretty much my list of fragrances for men here. You know, you want to smell rich, but you don't want to break the bank. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, of course, you can leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos like these throughout the week, so stick around for those.